3 to 4 months.
How many months has it been?
What, almost a year.
Plumbing hooked up to nothing, sinks sitting on an old dresser, and drywall leaning against the wall. A local couple says they hired a company a year ago to build a safe and accessible home addition.
Instead, the couple's now trying to recoup some money and find a new contractor. They messaged KDKA consumer investigator Meghan Schiller in hopes of sharing their experience with the community. Meghan?
Christine and Ken, Dusty Costa lives each day with cerebral palsy and says it's hard to get around. So he dreamed of a bigger space with some simple improvements. Now he says, though, he is out almost 70 grand and says this is what he's left with.
This is our lovely kitchen. It's very difficult to cook in.
It's hard to cook with no countertops, and it's hard to walk on a new floor that's already buckling.
What impact does uneven flooring have on you?
Look, I fall more than I can walk.
Dusty Costa prayed an addition and remodel to his home in Newcastle would ease his discomfort.
For me, just to make my life easier, plain and simple.
Instead, he and his wife Susan now stare at an unfinished bathroom,
No sink, I can't shave, can't brush my teeth.
a master bedroom with things installed too high, too deep, and upside down,
Obviously, you can't get to that outlet. It's sunk into the wall.
and drywall in the dining room that's now water damaged after a pipe leaked.
You can feel the water underneath this.
Yeah, you can still see it now.
It's just steps away from the kitchen that's missing countertops with mismatched windows.
Fried used windows and a used door for the shower.
And did you ask for used materials?
No.
Did you pay for used materials?
Well, we paid, but
Yeah, we paid, but we didn't know what we were getting. Normally, when you put a addition on your house, you get new stuff.
The Costas hired Eaton Home Improvements of Darlington, PA for a project estimated to cost around $60,000. The couple says they ended up paying $66,000 and then this past March stopped all work.
and we told them just not to come back because
We found out all the issues, and now
everything was wrong.
KDKA Investigates called the number listed for Eaton Home Improvements 3 times until a woman answered the phone who identified herself as the co-owner's sister. She argued the Costas still owed $8,000 more on the job and said her brother-in-law does exceptional work. We asked for a copy of the Costas contract, bank deposits, or receipts of items purchased. She said she couldn't promise her sister would ever give us those or call us back, and she never did.
These people ruined our lives. I can sit here all day and say that 300 times over. They ruined our lives.
They're estimating it'll cost thousands to fix the alleged issues, so they're now fundraising money.
I've been through enough in my life that I shouldn't have to be dealing with this crap.
He's hoping another contractor will see this and help make him feel safe in his home again.
I mean, we're bled dry here. That's why we need some money back, or somebody just to come in, a good-hearted individual, say, here, let me lend you some help.
All right, we searched the state attorney general's website and did not find any company registered using the name Eaton Home Improvements. So we also want consumers to know the rules when it comes to home improvement contracts. So contractors who do work and charge based off of their time and materials need to give consumers a contract, for one. Also, though, that contract needs to include an initial cost estimate and a statement that the total cost may not exceed 10% above the initial total cost estimate. That's to protect people from the price jumping up.
Oh man, I feel so bad for them. I mean, they're just really not in great shape in that house. What did they say they learned from this experience?
Yeah, they feel really upset about it. They feel like as if they did everything wrong. So the first step, obviously, get the contract, sign the contract, review the contract. Do your research. They said they learned the hard way. They didn't get as many estimates as they should have. And also just check on the progress of your project. A lot of times this happens where maybe a contractor put up a wall or a sheet or something to keep the dust out. And so they say they weren't checking regularly. And so then it was kind of too late when they realized maybe things weren't how they wanted them to progress.
Wow.
So,
All right, well, thank you, Meghan. And if you have a consumer problem and you'd like to message Meghan, you can go to investigators@kdka.com.